Hi, my name is Chris Westfall. I'm going to briefly explain the difference between Plan F and Plan G. Knowing this difference could save you thousands of dollars over the time period that you're on a Medicare supplement plan, and many agents will only sell Plan F for a number of reasons, not the least of which is it costs more, so agents make more. I want you to know, however, that Plan G is a better value in every case if you can qualify for it, and I'll prove that to you in this presentation. In recent years, many companies have either been laying off their senior employees, or worse, they had benefit promises to them for the rest of their life. They would get employee benefits, and all of a sudden they've changed their mind. They're taking away those employee benefits from them. The latest to do this is AT&T, but it's happened with many other companies, such as these big names: Time Warner, GE, IBM, UPS, Caterpillar, DuPont. They're taking away benefits that they had once promised to retirees for the rest of their life, and instead they're saying, you no longer have employee coverage, so now you go out into the market and you get your own Medicare supplement plan. Maybe this happened to you, but even so, Plan F and Plan G, the comparison holds true, but I want you to understand why most agents in these scenarios are offering only Plan F. See, when you lose group coverage like this, the government says you have the right to these particular Medigap plans, Medicare supplement plans. Only plans A, B, C, F, K, or L. What do these mean? Well, pay close attention to Plan F because that's the one everybody wants to buy. These are all the plans. This is every single Medicare supplement plan you're looking at right here. You'll notice that Plan K only covers 50% of things, and Plan L covers 75% of things, no coverage for Part B. So it's not a very attractive plan. Plan A and B, nobody even buys those plans, so we're going to focus again on Plan F and Plan G, and you'll notice how similar they are. Let's zoom in. Here's Plan F on the left, and it really covers everything that Medicare itself does not cover. Basically, Medicare covers 80% of expenses, and the supplement plan covers the other 20%. Well, Plan G does the exact same thing with one difference: $147. See, that's the current value of the Part B deductible. It's paid for over on the Plan F side. They pay that deductible for you, and that deductible is $147. In times past, that was $162, $151, and now it's down to $147. That's the only difference between Plan F or Plan G, is $147. Well, how does this translate in the real world? Let's look at an example of a 72-year-old female, and this zip code, non-smoker. Now, this holds true across the country. We see this over and over again. The best rate in the market, and we're independent agents, so we don't care who you go with as long as it's the best possible plan, because all the plans are exactly the same. You'll find that in your 2015 Medicare and You Guidebook, page 92, where it says, how do you compare Medigap plans? It specifically says in the government's guidebook, all Medicare supplement plans are exactly the same. The only difference is the premium that you pay. So we're independent, we shop the market, and we find the best deal in this zip code for this age is $151.64 on Plan F, right? Plan covers everything, and many agents will stop right there and tell you that's the end of the story. However, if you look at Plan G, a different company has the best ranking there. That would be New Era Life. They're a great company. The difference is $119.84 is now the premium. Well, if you do the numbers, which I do in every case, you'll see that on Plan G, you have to pay the $147 annual deductible, but on both plans, there are no copayments. You can go to any doctor in the country you want to that accepts Medicare. You can go to any hospital, clinic, outpatient, wherever you want to go, and it's covered. So on Plan F, there are no deductibles. You don't pay anything except the premium, $151 in this case. On Plan G, you pay the lower premium, but you pay the $147. How do those numbers work out? Let me show you exactly the difference. Okay, so here are the same numbers. The annual cost of Plan F is $1,819. And out of that, that's the most you're going to pay because everything else should be covered in that plan. All medically necessary Medicare-approved claims are paid. All you're doing is having $151.64 sucked out of your bank account every month. Well, on the Plan G side, it's $1,438 coming out of your bank every month, a difference of $381. So it's $381 less in this scenario to have Plan G, $381 less. Well, what's the difference between Plan F and Plan G? It's the 147 deductible. Remember? That's your maximum out of pocket. That's your exposure right there. So if I'm saving you $381 by going to Plan G, and you have to pay a maximum and on top of this premium of just 147, that means even after you pay your deductible, and many men, quite frankly, don't go to the doctor enough to even meet that deductible. So let's give me a real quick example. You go to the doctor and your doctor bill is $100. Medicare is going to pay $80 of that. You're left with a $20 bill towards your deductible. So if you go to the doctor 2 or 3 times, you may never reach your deductible payment for the year. So if you don't pay your deductible, guess what? That money stays in your bank account. But worst case scenario, you go to the doctor a whole bunch of times, you have lab work done, x-rays, all that kind of good stuff, and you've reached your maximum out of pocket of $147. That means you still pocket a savings for the year of $234.60. And this is just as you're both starting out with both companies. Well, what this $234.60 means is that you are paying a convenience fee for the company to have the same exact benefits for you, because it's the same under both plans, same benefits, except on this scenario with the higher premium, you're paying $234.60 more than you really should, even if you pay your deductible yourself. So that's a difference of $19.55 per month as what I call it a convenience fee, because that's really the only difference. It's better in every scenario to have Plan G, the lowest premium possible in the market, and then pay your own deductible as you go. It's only $147 for the entire calendar year. Once you've reached $147 for the year, you're done. You're done paying completely. And by the way, this is only on Part B expenses. That means anything outside the hospital. If you get checked into the hospital for hip replacement surgery, open heart surgery, whatever, that's Part A, and that's covered at 100% under both plans. So you go have that major surgery done, and whether you're under G or F, you still pay nothing in addition to your premium. This is only on doctor visits that you may reach your 147 deductible. So yes, you can have Plan F. It'll be a higher premium, which translates into a higher commission for the agent that sold you Plan F. And they often say things like, that's the Cadillac plan. You want Plan F. That's the best one in the market, without showing you the behind the scenes. And the real story is, if you can qualify for Plan G, which again, you can't qualify for Plan G as guaranteed issue if you just lost group coverage, you have to answer the health questions. And we'll get to that in just one second. And that brings up another point. If they're going to give you something, Plan F in this case, guaranteed issue, and the lobbies from the insurance companies get that through the legislature, which one do you think they want you to have? As a matter of fact, companies such as AARP, Oxford Life, and many, many more won't even offer you Plan G. Why? Because they'll take the premium plus this convenience fee, and that is absolutely pure profit for the agent and the insurance company. Okay, I digress. I want to show you a little bit more. Plan F and Plan G both go up every year. They both go up every year. If anyone tells you otherwise, they're lying to you. So people often ask me, okay, well, I'll sign up for Plan G now because it does make sense. I'm going to save the most amount of money now. But if I get sick or if I know that something's coming up, I'm going to switch over to Plan F and then I'll get the better coverage. What I want you to understand is both are exactly the same. There's no better benefit under Plan F than there is on Plan G. The only difference is Plan F is going to increase in rates faster than Plan G. But when your maximum out-of-pocket exposure on G is only $147 a year, and you're going to start saving a minimum of $200 a year over Plan F, and that's after you've paid the deductible, there's never a scenario in which Plan F is better than Plan G. Never, never, never. Unless you find a company, which doesn't happen, who has a Plan F rate that's equal to Plan G, or within $5 or $10 of Plan G. Then it would make sense, but we don't find that. We have the same benefits for both plans. They both go up in rates, but I'm going to prove to you now that Plan F goes up in rates faster than Plan G. So let's look at the future, and what does the future hold with regard to Plan F if you signed up for that, or Plan G if you got qualified for it. This is a trend line that I've drawn a graph based on the companies in my experience over the last 8 years with an average rate increase on Plan F, all things being equal, rate increases of 9% per year on Plan F and 3% per year across all companies on Plan G. Now, remember when we first started talking about hundreds of thousands of people across the country right now are being kicked off of their employee benefit plans. They're being pushed into one pool of people. That is Plan F. It doesn't have anything to do with which company it is. All companies have to take somebody on Plan F if they're guaranteed issue from a special election period, which is losing their employer coverage. So all these people being dumped into Plan F, they're older than the typical person coming into a plan, which is 65. They may be 70, 75, even 80 years old we're helping some people with. And they can get guaranteed issue Plan F. So if you voluntarily choose to go on Plan F and you're outside of this employer mandate, but you're voluntarily going into Plan F, guess what? You're joining a risk pool of all these guaranteed issue people as well. So they're older, they're sicker, they have chronic problems more than the average Medicare recipient. And so that is passed on to everybody else in the plan. Everybody else in the plan experiences what the overall group experiences. That's why we're seeing Plan F go up faster and faster and faster than Plan G. Another example of this difference is on Plan F, it's first dollar coverage. They don't have to come out of pocket for anything. So if you're going to have somebody who's got the sniffles, a cold, they stub their toe, they're going to go to the doctor very much more often on first dollar coverage than they are on a plan where they have to pay even just a few dollars toward their deductible being on Plan G. People on Plan G are more responsible because they know they have to open the checkbook. So let's look at some examples. This is internal broker communication. I probably shouldn't be sharing with you, but I want you to see what I see on a daily basis. These are notifications from companies about the rates going up. Here's just examples for you. Plan F going up 16%, Plan G going up 10%. This is a 60% difference in the rate increase on Plan F versus Plan G, and that's just one example. Here's another one. Plan F in this case went up 9%, Plan G went up 0%, and that's not unusual. Much better claims experience the companies are seeing on Plan G, so they don't raise the rates as often. Here's another example. Here's 8.2% going up on Plan F in Maryland and negative 5% rate increase. This is a rate reduction. We've seen this a lot in recent years on Plan G. Their experience is so good that they're lowering the rate. Look at that. 8.2 versus negative 5%. Those people actually got a rate reduction for being in a good risk pool. Another example, this is Texas, 4% rate increase, which is pretty good on Medicare Supplement Plan F and 0% on Plan G. This is a 400% difference. And now if you map that out over a course of years, that trend line gets to be a huge deviation. And another example here, Plan F 9.3, this is right around our average rate increase for Plan F, and Plan G 0%. And I'm often asked the question, well, what if I want to switch over to Plan G in later years? And you can do that as long as you can medically qualify, and I'll show you those questions here in just a minute. You can switch over in later years. You can switch over right now to Plan G as long as you can qualify. What concerns me is when somebody's turning 65 or first eligible for Medicare and they sign up for Plan F thinking, oh, I want the best plan in the market, and then something happens to their health where they're no longer able to change. It's like a game of musical chairs where everybody's going around the chairs, but as soon as something chronic happens to you, you have to sit down, in this case on that Plan F, and you're stuck with it for life. Good news is it's guarantee renewable. You can keep it for the rest of your life. Bad news is you can no longer change to a more competitive plan. And we like to shop plans for our clients, and I'd like to put you with the best plan available in the market. Those options are gone as soon as something major like that happens. So it's very incumbent upon us as agents to find the best plan for you that we can, and that's why I recommend Plan G. Again, look at this trend line, okay? Plan F, 9% average, Plan G, 3% average rate increase, and look at the trend line. At the 5-year mark, the deviation becomes pretty significant. At 10 years, it's drastic. And yeah, you could change plans anytime in here that your health qualifies you to do that. But if this happens in year 1, 2, or 3, and you have something major happen to you, you're stuck. And I want my clients to be stuck on the blue line rather than stuck on the red line. And again, the benefits are exactly the same on both plans. and you will always save more money by being on Plan G and paying that deductible yourself, even from day one. The plans are the same, and the only difference is that $147, which I call a convenience fee in the difference in the premium. So this is a pretty young example of this person that we looked at earlier, and this is about a $20 per month convenience fee that you don't have to pay. You know, most of my clients are on a fixed income. Why should they pay an extra $234 a year when it's the same coverage on Part B, same skilled nursing coverage, same Part A deductible? It's only $1,200. It's not going to change. Part B's deductible is the only difference. They're going to pay all the excess charges and you still have coverage if you go out of the country. The only difference is, do you want the company to pay that deductible for you and charge you $234 on top of the deductible and suck it out of your bank account every month? Or do you want to be responsible and pay it yourself as you go and save $234 a year? And that's just as you're starting off. People with older ages have much more savings, and we're seeing $500, $600 a year saved just by picking Plan G. And they pay the same amount to the doctors everywhere you go. We don't like it when people pay extra for a plan that does exactly the same thing. Many agents want to push people into Plan F because the higher the premium, the higher the commission. Because the commission for agents is built into the premium. So if I'm going to throw in another $20 a month for you, guess what that does to the agent's premium that they're making the commission based on? So to qualify for Plan G, you have to go through health underwriting. It's not a physical exam, it's merely questions. And depending on the company, their questions are various, they're different a little bit. Some of them look back 2 years, some of them look back 5 years. Now this does not apply if you're first turning 65. Then you can pick any plan in the market. Or if you're just starting on Part B of Medicare, you never had Part B before, then you can pick any plan in the market. But if you're leaving an employer plan, they're going to offer you Plan F, guaranteed issue. Plan G you must qualify for by asking basic questions, answering them as no. Did you have a heart attack or stroke or cancer, congestive heart failure, diabetes with complications? If you're relatively healthy and answering the question solves that, then you can qualify for Plan G. And again, the benefits are exactly the same. There are no networks. There's no referrals required, no co-payments, and any doctor in the country qualifies just like Plan F. The only difference is you save money today, and you'll definitely save money in future years as the rate increases hit both Plan F and Plan G to a varying degree. Plan F will go up much faster. I promise you that. If we can help you shop the market, that's what we do. We're independent agents, and I'll show you Plan F and I'll show you Plan G, and I'll do the math for you and show you exactly what the net savings would be if you chose to go with Plan G. And if you're in a situation where you're losing employee coverage, let's look at Plan G and ask you a couple of health questions, see if you qualify for that lower rate. It's much better to lock in the lowest rate possible at any time rather than to take just what they're offering to you just because it's guaranteed issue. I just want to give you some options. Our number is 800-729-9590, or if you're watching this video on YouTube, you can click right here and you can go to the Senior Savings Network where you can submit your information. If you're an independent agent, we train agents on how to help people across the country by going to medicareagenttraining.com. My name is Chris Westfall. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Seniors are experiencing rate increases with their Medicare Supplement plans at an alarming rate. Our goal at the Senior Savings Network is to shop the entire market for you to bring you the very best value for your insurance premium dollar. All Medicare Supplement plans are equal. It's the law. Let our free service find you the best premiums for the plan you're on right now. You can keep the same doctor, same hospitals, just with a lower rate each and every month. Let us go to work for you.